Hello everyone, welcome to this English lesson where we will learn speaking and vocabulary by describing pictures. So the theme today is animals. So let's just set some lesson goals. So first, we're going to learn new vocabulary about animals. Second, we're going to use this vocabulary to describe pictures. And at the end of the lesson, I'll give you some assignments that you can do for homework. So let's begin with the first picture. And as you can see, this picture has 4 different kinds of animals. So let's write them down. At the back, there's 4 giraffes. Then we have wildebeest. Now, wildebeest are these animals here, okay? And you might think, when you look at the word, you think, that kind of looks like wild beast, but it's pronounced wildebeest, wildebeest. In the center of the photo, there's a lion, and in the foreground, there are many gazelle, okay? When you have a lot of animals like this, a group of gazelle, we will call them a herd. So I see a herd of gazelle. So we don't say a lot, we don't say a bunch, it's better to say a herd. All right, but that's not for every animal. So a herd, it's usually like a mammal who eats grass and what else? Maybe they're transitory, which means they travel from one place to another to find new food. Those are called herds. So it's not for every animal, remember that. But you can use it for gazelle, a herd of gazelle. And you know what mammal means? It means there's 3 points that people say to define a mammal. So I'll share those. So mammals have fur or hair. They drink milk and they give birth to live babies. So all of these animals here are mammals. Where do they live? In the savanna. So that is a type of nature in Africa. This is called the savanna. Predator. An animal that kills and eats other animals. So you can see in the picture, all the animals are looking at the lion. They're looking at the lion because the lion is a predator. And fascinating, that means interesting or like cool, something like that, fascinating. So you can say, I find the savanna fascinating. So let's read this example sentence. And this answer uses all the vocabulary words. So, the African savanna is a fascinating ecosystem, home to herds of mammals and solitary predators. This picture shows gazelle, wildebeest, giraffes, and a lion, all in close proximity to one another. You may have a question about this phrase. So that means that things are close together. So I could say, all these animals are in close proximity to one another. Or you could say that if you live in a city, there are a lot of restaurants within close proximity. Any other words? Solitary. So that word, it's an adjective for people or animals that like to be alone, solitary. So that's a solitary lion. You might have some solitary people in the world. And I hope this is helpful. Let's move on to the next picture. And I'm going to delete these notes here and start again. So we have coral reef. This is an ecosystem that you find in the oceans. Okay. Biodiversity. So this just means that there are a lot of different kinds of plants and animals. Biodiversity. So starting with these two words, we can say that coral reefs have a lot of biodiversity. Okay, shallow. Water that is not deep. So shallow, just a little water. So generally speaking, coral reefs are pretty shallow and they're also clear. So it means you can see through it. So the water is clear. You can see through it. The opposite of clear would be something like murky or maybe dusty, something like that. Also, you could just say unclear. Endangered. A lot of people get confused about this word, but it means basically an animal that is almost extinct. So it means an animal that the population is getting smaller and they are at risk of just disappearing from the world. So in this context, they're talking about the turtle. The sea turtle is an endangered species. But people get confused about this word because it sounds like dangerous. Dangerous is something that might hurt you. So you could say that crocodiles can be dangerous, but endangered, although it looks the same, it's totally different. So just be careful. Tropical. It's a part of the world near the equator, tropical, and I would put this together with ecosystem. Tropical ecosystem, a type of place where animals live. So in this photo, we can see a tropical ecosystem, which has a lot of biodiversity and shallow, clear water. There's a beautiful sea turtle, which sadly is endangered. And here's an example answer. This ecosystem is called a coral reef, and it is found in shallow tropical waters. Coral reefs are characterized by clear water and high biodiversity. This sea turtle is an impressive animal, and we should protect them because they are endangered. Third picture. I like this one. Rare. It's something that is not seen often. So you could say this animal is very rare. It's called a lemur. Sorry, I spelled it lemur wrong. Lemur is a special animal from Madagascar. So Madagascar is home to a lot of unique animals. And unique means can only really be found in one place. So Madagascar is home to a lot of unique animals, such as lemur. And another word, endemic. It means an animal or plant only lives in one area. So it's the definition of unique is probably better to say like special or not common. And endemic, yeah, so we would say it's always paired with usually endemic to. We say lemurs are endemic to Madagascar. You could also say in Madagascar, lemurs are endemic. So there's two different ways to say endemic. Jungle. It's like a forest, but more tropical. If you remember the word tropical from the last photo, a jungle is like a tropical forest. Could be called a rainforest too. Although I don't know if there's like a technical difference between a jungle and a rainforest, but in my mind, they kind of seem the same. And fur. It's like an animal's hair. So let's try to describe the fur of this lemur. So this lemur has black and white fur, maybe a little bit of gray, and his tail is black and white stripes. His face has mostly white fur and he has yellow eyes, and it's a very interesting looking creature. Let's read the example answer. The lemur is endemic to Madagascar. This rare creature lives in the jungle, in the unique jungle environment of the African island nation. This species of lemur has gray and white fur with a black and white striped tail. So if you look at these pictures, I would like you to write a paragraph using all the words for each picture. After that, go on YouTube, find some animal videos. A good channel to use for that is Free School. You can search Free School on YouTube, find some animal videos, and then write what you learned from the video. And I think if you do those two steps as homework or as an assignment, then your English vocabulary and speaking about animals will improve. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.